of how I reverse shit on them. Hypocrisy. You're not allowed to make sexual innuendo to women. That's the social rule, and men try and play by the rules, right? And men, they capitulate. They give in and go, okay, no more sexual innuendo. But then women do it. They do it. They do it to men, and they put men down with it. You know, a guy will say, hey, nice ass, bitch, woo! Right? Shake them titties. Some cat calls and some dirty, lewd comments. That's actually a fucking compliment to that woman from the man. She's like, that's not a compliment. That hurt my feelings. Right? But then they'll say something to a man like, hey, Mr. No Penis. That is not a compliment. That is literally degrading him and putting him down, saying he is less than. While men tend to say to the chick, hey, nice jugs, baby. Right? And they put them up. Now, I don't think men see fat women and shame them. They don't. Men don't just see a fat woman and start shaming them publicly. Or a woman who is less than attractive. And go, man, hey, bitch, you're so fucking ugly you break mirrors. Fuck, you fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. You hideous fucking pig. And you next to her. What do you do? Look at the fucking menu and say okay and eat the whole fucking thing? No wonder people are starving in China, bitch. You're eating all their food. Do you look at them and say that? No. The only time men attack is when they are attacked. When some fat bitch or some ugly bitch, almost always feminists, attack them or make it known that they want a confrontation. And here's where the hypocrisy comes in line again. Women can confront men, and men are expected to not resist, to not fight back. But the game that men play the rules by, women do not. Women think they can attack, and it's okay. Men attack, it's not okay. Women attack, and it's okay. And then you are expected to not fight back. If you attack a woman, right, especially a loudmouth bitch, she is going to fight back verbally with you right away. She's not going to say, oh, I'm not supposed to fight back. I'm not supposed to argue. Okay, the rules are for people to follow, not for feminists to follow. So women that are feminists, that have bought into this game, this social game that involves hypocrisy, which is the trump card to allow them to break the rules and continue to play the game. It empowers them. It teaches them from a very early age, in grade school even, that they can break the rules, benefit by it, and get away with it, and then move on to get more power, more control, more dominance, and more gifts, more money. They get everything they want because they break the rules and they're not called to the fucking carpet on it. Men, this is why I say you have got to start acting like men. Stop apologizing for being a man. Take the battle to them. See what their games are and use them against them. Mrs. Sanchez, look at the sentence lovers. Shut up, bitch! I got a fucking day off of school. It was great. There was a little punishment there, but what did it teach me? Respect yourself. You don't have to take that shit from them. That teacher was teaching the girl to shame boys, and it was fine, by allowing her to talk down to people. That is what feminists, little baby feminists, are taught. And that is what we as men allow big fat feminists and good-looking feminists and ugly feminists to do in our adult lives. They use hypocrisy against us. The rules that apply to us, but not to them. The rules that we play by and never break because we're good followers of the rules, men are, but women are not. We treat them like children and hold them accountable the same way we hold children accountable, which is barely at all. A little slap on the wrist, And I tell you what, I get in trouble all the time in small ways. I get talked to all the time in small ways. John, you shouldn't say that. John, you gotta be careful. John this and John that. Well, John keeps fucking notes on everybody that confronts him. So that when John gets in bigger trouble, John pulls his notes out and goes, well, you know, in the last month I've got 6 instances of that woman saying this to me, that to me, the other to me. There's an accumulation of that. Well, John, why didn't you bring this to our attention? Well, I don't like to complain and make waves. See, I like to play the game nice, and I try and get along with people, but she's been attacking me. So finally, I've had enough. And it has to stop. The bullying has to stop, Mr. Boss, Mr. HR. And so I did say something, and it was probably wrong, but it has to stop. And there's a lot more instances of her doing this to me. Isn't that hypocritical? That I get in trouble and she doesn't, and you bring it up, right? And it shows prejudice on the part of HR, and they can't do that. They get in trouble then. So I play the game very fucking well. I do not give in to them. I'm going to give you the biggest fucking example of the use of hypocrisy to gain power and wealth and prestige and status. Hillary fucking Rodham Cuntum Clinton. No rules apply to that bitch, but she takes every fucking rule and uses it against men. You can't say that. I can't believe he's a sexist. If you don't vote for me because I have a vagina, you're a sexist. They call names, they play every dirty game in the book in politics, and Hillary is the queen of it. She has broken numerous federal laws and admitted to it, perjured herself. Name all the crimes, she's not being held accountable. Why? Because she's the first real presidential candidate that's a woman. We have to give her a break. The Democrats support her because they have so much guilt. They have white guilt, they have sexist guilt, they have penis guilt, they have testicle guilt. Right? They have ancestral guilt because they had a father, and that means that they carry his guilt. Everyone carries guilt, and then they're guilted into following Clinton and voting for her and ignoring all of her fucking rule breaking. She is the queen mother of hypocrisy. And I don't give a fuck what your politics are. I don't care if you're a goddamn communist. I don't care if you're a fucking anarchist. I don't care if you still adhere to the Whig Party's platform, okay? But when you look at what she's actually done, do you accept it and go, yep, she's a fucking criminal, but I'm voting for her anyway? Or do you make excuses for her? Oh, that's okay, she's a woman and we need a woman president and she's not as bad as the other guy. You're excusing the behavior based on the fact that she's a woman. Based on the fact that she's a woman, you're playing into hypocrisy. You've got to see the games for what they are, guys. Put them in their fucking place. Take the battle to them. Men going their own way. Stop playing the fucking game by their rules. It's rigged so that they win. Go your own way. Make your own rules. If you want to follow Sandman's principles, follow Sandman's principles, as long as you accept them as your own. Be independent even of any fucking speaker and his philosophy or his wisdom. Same with me. You may think I'm funny and laugh at some of my shit. You may like some of the ideas, but if they aren't you, tailor them to you. Find success as a man. Find your success. Make headway in your life. Benefit by it for yourself. Be your own man. Go your own way. But above all else, you have got to quit letting these bitches win just because they have vaginas. They don't play by the rules. My sons, both in high school, are fighting on a daily basis with feminism. Not because of me, but because they see it and they fucking hate it. Okay, you can be anything you want now in school. I'm going to make another video on this one. I'll be back. I'll be back. I have the penis. This is John, host of Mgtow is Freedom. I have the penis. The women do not. Too bad, bitches. Take it easy.